Hi guys, Ann here, and today we have a little sit-down gossipy tea fest, table talk, outside vlog, whatever you want to call it. But let me move this. How rude. Hold the phone. It is beautiful out in Jersey. It's definitely feeling like fall. I have a hoodie on. You can see the leaves here, so I was getting ready to rake up a little bit. I can't help myself. I can't help it. I just love being outside, and I am the type that I just can't. I mean, I can sit out here like all day and be on the phone and stuff. Absolutely. But sometimes I just can't sit here and do nothing. It's like, and I want to. I know so many of you guys are like always say, get the boys to help and this and that. Yes, they do help, and anything I ask them to do, they'll do, and they get pissed when they know I'm doing stuff. But I enjoy it. I like working, and why would I take something away that I enjoy? Now I don't know. Oh, I can't lift up oh, I'm gonna fall. I ain't that flexible. I have my ankle brace on, and when it starts to hurt and when I know it's too much, I sit down or I stop, but I do enjoy working. And I think what my issue is, and we'll get into the tea, you guys know I went on my date and everything over the weekend, but I think for me, now I don't want to always keep talking about this, but it's true, and I'm still dealing with it and healing, right? But I was in a 12-year marriage that was not good. Not even a year of it was good. Let's keep it real. I mean, we had good times, but a lot of bad times, or a lot of quiet times where we didn't speak to each other. He did his own thing, or I was home by myself all the time. And if I wanted to, when he met me, I was living in the apartments and stuff. But when we had a house together and stuff, if I wanted to, let's say, rake or something like that, he would literally tell me how to rake. If he was in the house, okay, and I'm outside and I'm raking, he would like literally look and come outside and tell me how to rake. No, do it this way. Do it. And it was, I mean, little things like that. So guess what? Then I would stop doing things, because I just wanted to get out and just do things. And that's my peace. Like being at the beach or with the water, hearing the waves, because I grew up down the shore, that's my peace. And outside is my peace, right? It brings back a lot of childhood memories, because in my time, I'm almost 50. So in my time, we played outside. We didn't have, we had like Atari and I think the Nintendo 64 and all that stuff. But we still, and that's if you had money, you would have that stuff. I had a black and white TV in my room. You didn't have remotes on the TVs yet. You had that, you remember, you know what I'm talking about. And, we just played outside. That's what you did. So I just really love being outside still. And I think that's what it is. It's like I finally got out of my marriage. I'm not walking on eggshells, and I want to do the things I want to do, because for so long I could not. I've shared this when, I like the candles and the house to smell good and, all that stuff. And it was always an issue with that. He had allergies or whatever the case may be. Now, when he met me like this, it's just a lot of things I had to change. Like I said, when he met me, I was living in the project, so with there were a lot of apartments out there, and I had a lot of friends, and we would sit outside and talk. Some of them were his relatives, that I didn't know were his relatives because I lived out there before I met him. And, we would just sit and talk. He used to go to bed like around 10 o'clock, and so I would just sit outside with my friends and stuff till like 1, 2 in the morning, but I was never doing anything, just sit outside talking with girls. And he had an issue with that. I mean, I'll never forget one time I was so embarrassed. I was literally outside, but at this time I was at another person's house, which would be his, like stepmom, which would be like my mother-in-law, but my stepmother-in-law, and I've known her, like I've shared this story before I even knew him. Like I didn't know they were related. And anyway, I'm over there, we're laughing. He literally comes, it was on a Saturday. He comes and he gets me. I was so embarrassed. And he always had an issue. You're married now, you should be home, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but you're sleeping or you're on the computer, and I'm a people person, right? And so he changed me. He wanted me to be a certain way, but yet he wanted to do what he wanted to do, right? And so it put me in a depression because I couldn't be me. that's why when I found what YouTube was, I enjoyed YouTube, and you know, and even like this blog channel, and I know a lot of people say I share too much, but it's like finally I get to be myself. Does that make sense? And so that's why it's like, no, I want to continue being outside. I want to do things outside, because for so long, so many years, I couldn't do these things. Not that he was like, no, you can't go outside, but why would I want to hear his mouth? We have a nest up in the tree. You hear the birds? I have my water, per usual. So I just want to clear that up, because I know so many of you, you guys say you're like, get your boys to do it. And so I wanted to share why I'm outside and I do things. And, you know, I'm finally 48 years old and able, like, not walking on eggshells, you know? So that's that. Having said all that, I do want you guys to know I am the happiest that I have been in years. I really, really am. Me and the kids were happy. We have a good routine going, and I'm just happy. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me get your little... I just don't want to be too close up and personal, and you guys are like, damn. Well, I don't have the microphone on, and I want you guys to be able to hear me. So let's get to the good things about my date. I went on Saturday. I painted my nails. Now let me just say this. This is why I don't paint my nails. First of all, because I look like a 3-year-old did it. But look, see how they're chipping already? And I know some of you in my community, I did put 2 nails. I put like little glitter, you know, little sparkles. Want to be a little feminine. A lot of you guys said wear red nail polish, so that's what I did. I know a lot of you guys said about using gel nail polish. I have that, but I thought you would have to then, I don't have one of those things to put your fingers in. I thought you needed that. But I don't wear the nail polish too often anyway, so I don't buy a lot of like really good nail polishes. It's basically what I would get in beauty boxes. So, but that's that. I had on like these black pants. They were like dress pants, but you know, not real dressy, but they were, you know, nice. I had on like a nice like collar button-up shirt that was like form-fitting on my waist and my boobs. You can see some cleavage. Then I had a jacket on, like a black jacket that you could either button up, but it like shows your curves, you know. And I left it unbuttoned, you know. And then I had some like heels on, but they were like the small heels. I didn't want to be like, you know, big heels, but I didn't want to be too dressy. And then I had my hair done, and I had the like a wavy ponytail. I don't think you guys have seen it yet. And I had on a little like I had makeup on. I had foundation, concealer, you know, all of that stuff. I had like makeup on, but light makeup, right? And some lipstick, and you know, of course, blush and all that, but not like full glam. I didn't have that. Like right now, I have no makeup on, like face makeup. I have lipstick on, I have a little mascara on the top, and I have a little eyebrow pencil. That's it. But I just have skincare on, so I have to look a little shiny, you know. But that's why I'm saying I'm so happy. Like, I'm very secure, because years ago, I would never come on camera with no makeup on. I would never go to a store with no makeup on. Now, yeah, I put lipstick and different things on so I don't look dead, you know, but you know, I feel good about myself. And anyway, so we met up. I'm not going to say exactly where, and I'll explain why. But we went to like where you get steaks and stuff. But we didn't go around my area. I went down towards like, heading towards Philly, but it's in like Deptford, New Jersey. So it's about a 30-minute drive. And we ate there. And the reason why is just because I just didn't want people to see me that know me. And I haven't told my kids yet. Not that I have to, like, I'm scared. It's just I don't want to tell them anything unless I know something's good, just because I was in a bad marriage, you know. And I've only been divorced finalized since January, even though we've been separated what, 2 years, almost more. When did we separate? I don't know, it's been like a year and a half, 2 years, something like, it's been a while. So we get there, and I'm like, God, I hope I remember what he looks like. We did speak on the phone, you know, And anyway, he sees me and he's like, hi, you know, and all that. We go in. He pulls my seat out. Very nice, very mannerly. He gave me a lot of compliments and he kept saying how beautiful my eyes were and stuff, which, you know, it made me feel a little, because how many compliments he gave me. I like it. I think I'm just not used to it, you know. When I first, like, you know, met my husband, of course, you know, all guys, they're all on their good behavior. Like, of course, my ex-husband would open the door for me and all that, but that went away, you know, like my car door and all that stuff. And so we talked, gosh, we were probably there for about 2.5 hours, and we just talked and, you know, just what we're looking for, what the future, the things that we like. And I was telling him I like football. Oh God, his favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm like, no. Let me tell you a little story. So, you know, you guys know how I was. I got in a little trouble and I was sentenced to 4 years in prison, but I did 4.5 months in the county. I got out in an ISP program for gun charges and different things. Well, the person that I had it with was this girl, and she has 2 kids by Tyler's father. So 2 of her sons are my son's brother, Tyler's brother, which they're very close. They know each other, all that stuff, of course, you know. I mean, they hang out, all of that stuff. And, oh my God, me and her used to go at it here and there. And I'll never forget, because I was like 17 when I met Tyler's father. And I got pregnant at 18, had him at 19, and she was 3 years older. So, like, when I was 18, she was, what, like 21? But we used to, like, fist fight and all that type of stuff all the time, you know. And I got in a lot of trouble. Now, we're going back 30 years ago, okay? So this was a long time ago. But she would always wear the Dallas Cowboys, you know, like football team necklaces. She loved it. So it started a long time ago why I didn't like the Cowboys. And I always was the Eagles fan. Well, now we're cool and everything. I mean, she's with somebody else, been married, has other kids, you know. Like I said, we were young. We were young. You know, I was still a teenager, you know. It's like everybody I know. Then, like, one of my best friends, Lisa, right? She loves the Cowboys. It's like everybody I know likes the Cowboys. So when he told me the Cowboys, I'm like, no! I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, you know. But he was like, you like football? He was surprised. He was like, oh, that's nice. I like a girl that likes sports, you know. And so it was nice. He's really, really nice. And it was a really good first date. And, like, afterwards, you know, I didn't kiss him or anything like that. You know, I gave him a hug. Then he walked me to the car and he opened the car door, you know, and he's like, make sure you text me when you get home. And so I did. I was like, I'm home or what have you. And he wants to go out again. And, you know, he's very nice. For me, I'm not like settling. I don't want to settle. I think he's very nice. I'm very interested. I want to go on a second date, and whatever happens can happen. You know, if nothing, we could be friends. But I just don't want to, like what I did when I met my ex-husband, right? The first guy I start talking to in many years, I wasn't in a relationship, you know, since I had Isaiah. And then, boom, 2 months later, he moves in. Boom, 9 months later, we get married. 12 years later, we're getting divorced, you know? And I don't want to do that. I don't want to settle. And I just want to take things slow. I think that's the best thing. I think my last relationship, we just moved way too quick because people are always on their best behaviors, you know? And then once they finally move in, it's like, fuck, it's hard to get them out, you know? But I don't ever want that to happen again. If I ever was to settle down, I want to get a house together. I don't want him moving in with me. I don't want to move in with him. You know what I mean? I don't know, so. He looked very, very nice. Better than what I remember. Because I seen him at Target, you know. He had like a nice like dress, not suit one, but like a button-up shirt. Very nice with some pants. And he had like muscles. And I kept like staring at him. And he smelled good. I love a good smelling man. Love it. And I had told him this previously, so I don't know if that's why, you know, but oh my God, I was like, whoa. I've always told you, especially when I used to drink, you could be a 2, and if you smell good, you can go up to a 6. Now, depending on how drunk I am, you might be a 7 or an 8 if you smell good, you know. So I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Somebody that smells, that is a turn on, you know. If I'm mad at you or whatever, we're arguing, and you come and smelling all good. I'm like, what? What was I mad about? What? You know, no, I'm playing, but not really. So it was nice. And I was like giddy, like, you know, it's nice to see it feels good. Let me bring you down a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's a little better or not. I don't know. But, you know, it's nice to see somebody that has their stuff together, that works, that has money, that wants to do things, you know, likes to go on vacations, likes to go out, likes to go jet skiing and all this type of stuff. I told him one day I would love to have a boat. I was like, I'd never been in a boat. I was like, I've been on a ferry, the Delaware ferry, which made me nauseous. I went on a cruise once back in 2009. For the first day, I was very nauseous, and then they gave me medicine, and I was okay. But, like, you know, so I don't know how I would do because I get motion sickness. Like, in a car, I cannot sit in the back seat. I will throw up, okay? I can't be on a bus. I will get sick. I've already done that where I threw up on a bus. You know, I had a bag. Thank God I had a bag. And so it's nice. And he was like, well, you know, you never know what can happen in the summer. You know, he goes, if anything, we can rent a boat for a day or two. And, you know, and that's nice. Because in my last relationship, if we ever did anything, I had to pay for it. I don't have no money. I don't have any money. I don't have any money. So it's nice. And, I don't know, I'm just happy. And I think why I'm happy because I'm happy in my life. You know what I mean? I think when I met my ex-husband, I was very happy then. You know, I had money. Every weekend, me and my kids would go out to a restaurant and one of them would pick, you know. So one would pick one week, the other one would pick the other week, you know, we would go out or what have you. Isaiah was the youngest. He was like 5. So I was getting him toys and, you know, it was really, really nice. But I think I was also depressed and insecure, you know. And so at that time, I was looking for, like, it's not that I settled with my ex-husband, but I was like, oh, this will be nice. He's nice. He's a Christian man. You know, he knows about the Bible. We could talk about the Bible, about God, everything else, which was nice, our faith, you know. I was like, oh, he's got things going for him. He can, you know, we can get a house. He could be a father figure to my kids. Not that saying he had to be a father, but like it would be a nice family. And I think I was looking at that. And it didn't go that way, right? But now it's like I have it. My kids are grown. I have my house. I have everything that I want. You know, and I'm not looking for any man to take care of me or get me out of something or help me with my children. Does that make sense? And so I'm just happy and I'm not settling anymore. I'm not going to do it. And I don't want to take care of a man. I do not want to be in a relationship that I have to take care of a man. You know, it's so funny because my ex-husband used to always say, well, we're in a marriage. Your money's my money's your money. I'm thinking, well, you don't have no money, so it can't be mine. But it was like you met me when I was living in the projects. My kids were little. Lexi was like 11 years old. Tyler was only 16. I mean, he was a teenager, but you know. And it was like, I didn't want a relationship to take care of another child. Take care of that's not what I wanted to do. Now, if we had kids together and we were together for many, many years and we, you know, built things together, you know, and then you're not working or something happens, that's different. That's different. But you came into our life and it made it worse. Like I was doing really good financially and then I went down here, you know, because, you know, he eats a lot of food and different things. And it's like, I remember he told me one time, he was like, well, you would pay these bills anyway if I wasn't here. And it's like, yeah, but I wouldn't be paying as much. Every time I got paid, I would say, do you need gas money? Like I was taking care of him. And I did that, so I didn't hear his mouth. He wouldn't argue. But if he couldn't pay a storage bill, he had an attitude. Like, we had to help pay. If he couldn't do this, or if he couldn't go to these meetings and have gas money, he'd have an attitude. So I just give him the money for him to go away for 10 days so we can have peace. And that's terrible. You know, and that's another thing. Like, I also want to talk about this because one thing that makes me happy is I'm very present in my life now, right, with my children. I am the type, like, I can't have a whole lot of friends. I am not the type, I've never, my whole life, been the type to really talk on the phone. If anybody knows me, they know that's true. I just haven't. And For 12 years, my kids were very miserable in my marriage, where Isaiah wouldn't even come out of his room or anything because he didn't want to hear his mouth, or, all these, all this type of stuff. And so it was terrible. If Isaiah wanted to go and get something to eat, he'd say, "Oh, what?" Always had something to say. And so then Isaiah wouldn't eat anything when he was out in the dining room or something like this. And so now, because nobody feels like they're walking on eggshells, it's like I'm very, very, very present. So you see, I don't film as much. I may not get to the comments right away. I do it when I go upstairs. But from the time I wake up, I am up by like 8 o'clock, 8:30 every morning, right? Well, I get up with Isaiah, and then I go back to sleep for like an hour or so. And then I get up, have my coffee, all that type of stuff, right? I answer a lot of business emails, all that stuff. And then I start just doing things around the house, or I'm outside, or if I'm filming, if I'm vlogging and then filming for my other channel, then I'm editing 2 videos. Then that takes a lot of time. Then I'm still cooking dinner. Then both my boys get home at the same time. So I'm spending time with them. During the day, I try to spend some time with Lexi before she goes to work, because God forbid she gets in a car accident, anything could happen. Then I'm just busy until I go upstairs. When I know Lexi gets home from work, then I go upstairs. And by that time I'm tired. And then I want to read my Bible. Every night before I go to bed, I always read my Bible, and that's it. Then I go to bed. And so I don't have time to talk on the phone and do all this other type of stuff, because me and my children are finally having this happy family. And my family will always come first. And I know there's going to be a time where they're going to start moving out. They're getting older. And then when that happens, I don't know when I'll see them. And because I feel guilty, for so many years they were unhappy, I just want their last years of them being with me happy. And so that's what that is. And I am. I used to be so depressed and but it's like I'm just, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just happy with myself. I don't need, not that I don't need friends. That's not what I mean. I am secure with myself now. Does that make sense? I mean, I still have my friends. Nothing has happened. I don't mean like that. But it's just, that's how I know I'm at peace, If I don't speak to my friends for a couple days, I don't worry about, oh, are they mad at me or something like that? No, I figured they're busy. Same with me. If you don't hear from me, it's because I'm busy. I'm spending time with my family. The last few weeks, the kids have been sick and stuff. But or I spend a lot of time outside doing yard work and different things, and what have you. But that's just how that is. A lot of times, especially when Lexi has off, we watch movies together. It's nice. Isaiah comes downstairs, and wants to watch a movie with me, if he's not with his girlfriend or what have you. Tyler, he'll watch football with me. See, when I was married, my kids never came. You guys get the point, And so now I'm finally able to spend time with my kids. That's what I want to do. And I'm happy. I'm just happy. And so that's why I'm if I never meet anybody, if I never get another relationship, I'll be okay, And so the reason why I'm saying all that is that I think now when I settle down, I think it'll be so much different, because the next relationship I get into, it's either going to work or it's not. I don't know. He asked me, he was like, do you ever think about if you would ever get married again and stuff? And I told him, I was like, I don't know. I was like, well, you never know what the future holds. I was like, but I've only been divorced, I mean, not even a year. And he goes, no, I'm just saying, some people, they don't want to get married or anything again, And I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, I'm really into my faith, and I don't want to just live with somebody without having plans to get married or anything like that. But who knows what's going to happen? I said, if I meet the right person, absolutely. But I did tell him, I want to be with somebody that's family orientated, both of our kids are grown. I mean, he does have a daughter who's 17. She'll be 18 in December. But I mean, she's still in high school, but she's a senior. But basically our kids are grown. So nobody needs a father figure or mother figure. You know, it's more friendships, you know, or what have you. But, you know, I just want, like, I want to be with somebody, like, when our kids have kids. You know, that's the grandpa. I'm the grandmom. Even though they're your kids, I'm still the grandmom, you know? It's like when I know I keep bringing this up, but it still just really bothers me. Like, how can you be married to somebody and they have a nephew and they say, my nephew? Well, if they're calling you uncle or unk, I'm aunt. We're married. It's like my aunt and uncle, right? My aunt is my aunt by blood, but she's been married for 30 something years. That's my uncle. I call him uncle. Like it was just very weird to me. Like his family was his family. Like, I don't know. But I don't want to, you know, I also want to really, really thank you guys if you made it here this far, because I say it all the time and I really, really mean it. It seems like every time you turn around, since I've been on YouTube, something's been going on. Like, it started from 2018. I started YouTube in 2017 on my other channel. 2018, the house fire. 2019, February, my grandmother passes away. He was like a second mother. Then Lexi had open heart surgery and lung surgery. I thought she was going to die in October of that same year. Then my mom dies Thanksgiving, a month later, Thanksgiving Day. And then 2020, I am like grieving, and that's when my husband went with another family, and it was a lot of stuff. 2021, we tried to make our marriage work. You know, nope, I'm lying. Yeah, 2020, I move in here. Then he's moving he lives with a whole nother family within 3 weeks. And then we go to marriage counseling, all that, 2021. We try to make things work, but it's just, you know, it's just like one thing after another. And I had my heart attack. Then I had some beef online with friends, you know, whatever. Everything is fine. And then now I'm divorced. So I was going through that the end of last year, right? With what happened with my husband and my son and all that type of stuff. And then I was just so angry from the end, because then my mother, here comes the anniversary of my mother's death on Thanksgiving. My anniversary would be December 12th, because we got married 12/12/12, you know. And then I had some online beef again with a guy, you know, and it was going to look into my divorce. When that is such a, no matter, I'm not perfect, because when I get mad, I can call people names like gross pig and all that. I am not saying I am not perfect. But when you're going through something so sensitive in your personal life, and, you know, it was a very hard time for me, this divorce. It was very hurtful. Then behind the scenes, what was going on with my son and my husband, you know, my son could have did 10 years if he was found guilty, you know. I mean, my ex-husband said that my son put a loaded gun to his head. I mean, it was like a lot of stuff that I was going through. And then to have online drama from a man, and I'm already angry with them. It was like, I didn't handle it right. So I took my anger on the online drama, when I should have just shut the hell up and moved on. And I just want to thank you guys for sticking by me, because I know it seems like every time you turn around, there's something going on. I get that. And also because I share a lot of my life. You know, I'm like an open book. And I know, I always say like, oh, I get over things very quickly. I do when I'm angry or whatever, but when I'm hurt, it takes me a while to get over. If you hurt me, that's totally different. If you just make me mad or you piss me off, I can get over it. But when I'm hurt, that's a whole nother story. And with my divorce, I was hurt. And then how it happened, how I found out we were divorced. Like, I didn't even go to court. I didn't even know there was a court date. He texts me showing me my divorce papers. What? I didn't even know we had a court date, which I wasn't asking for nothing, or he wasn't asking for nothing, but he wanted to make sure I wasn't there. So everything I did in this marriage, everything I mean, down to, I would buy his deodorant and everything. And you do that. And I was angry on that, just a lot of things. And so, you know, I wish I can go back in time and just ignore, but I can't do that, right? I wish I would have ignored it, but I do want to thank you guys for sticking by me, you know, those who have. I really, really appreciate you guys. And now I hope it's just all up from now, because what else now can happen? You know what I mean? What else could happen in my life? I really appreciate you guys, all of the comments of saying, what happened on your day? Just to know that you guys really, really care. I don't think you guys really understand how much that means to me. Like I said, okay, I'm getting emotional. I hate that. Now that I'm getting older, I don't know what it is, but I'm getting very emotional. It's just a blessing. I just don't know how I got so lucky. You know, I may only have 13,000 subscribers, and that's a lot of subscribers, but that to me is like having a million. Like, just to know so many of you care. I can't explain it. And I have so many good things coming. Like, next month I start filming. 2025 is going to be a great year. And it's like, I'm so glad that maybe these last few years that were so bad, it can all turn around. Does that make sense? Oh, see, now you guys got me crying. But, all right, I'm going to get off of here because I don't want to start crying. They're happy tears. They're happy tears. And I just want to, yeah, really thank you guys. And I know I'm the type I shut down, and I even shut down to my friends, like in the beginning of the year and different things, because when I'm dealing with things, that's just who I am. And I really, really appreciate everybody who just accepts me for who I am, you know? All right, guys, please thumbs up this video. It really does help me out. Thumbs up this video because I painted my nails. That's a good thing. Let me know, should I keep painting my nails? Let me know down below. Or should I, you know, all of that. I wish I would have vlogged going up to the date, but I was running late, and then I was nervous, and, you know, all of that stuff. But, yeah, we'll go on another date, and then I won't be as nervous, I don't think, but I'll have to take pictures or something. All right, guys, don't forget to leave a comment. Commenting really does help out with engagement. It would really mean the world to me. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay healthy, and most importantly, always stay you. Never let somebody take you out of your character. Do as I say, not as I do. Bye, guys.